So we're at my sister's house. She lives in the Cabarita region, and I've walked down to the water. Would you call this Sydney Harbour? Part of Sydney Harbour? It goes into Sydney Harbour. I guess it's a river that goes through Sydney Harbour. Yeah, I guess it's a river. Show you where I am. Here comes one of the city cats. All right, let's go for a walk, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now, we're not actually going anywhere right this minute. We are just going for our morning walk. It's Friday here in Australia. It is 9:09 a.m, which is really 8:09 a.m. for me, because I'm in Queensland. Well, I live in Queensland, but I'm in Sydney and they're an hour ahead because they have daylight savings. This is interesting. This tree, and look at the roots. It's got a whole lot of oysters on the roots. That's cool. Very cool. Hey guys. Hey Matt. Hey Simply Debbie Sue. How you going? Feels like ages ago that I since talked to you guys. Hey guys, that's really cool. I'll just stop there. I got sidetracked because I was saying hello to you guys, but look at that. That is really cool. That is oysters growing on roots of a tree. That looks like a fig. No, what's the word? Paul, calling Paul. What's my mate Paul? Paul de Australia. That is a ficus. Ficus? Ficus. Ficus. It's a ficus fig. In Queensland, we have the Moreton Bay fig. Because I live in Moreton Bay, the fig's a little bit different. This is a ficus. And my gosh, I've never ever seen this, guys, before. Oysters. Who likes oysters, guys? I love oysters. Hey, Mike, how you going? We're just looking at a tree, literally, on a river. It's a ficus, a fig tree. And look at this, actually on the roots, they've got the oysters growing on it. How cool is that? I've never seen that before, guys. Never. Who likes oysters in the chat? Whoa. Okay, so we've got a bit of wake happening because the ferry just came in. So I'm not doing a big adventure right this minute, guys. We are just going for a normal morning movement stroll, Fedora. And I just find myself going, ooh, would there be any koalas? No, that's not a tree that koala likes. Because, you know, when I go for a stroll, generally around kind of nature, I am looking for wildlife. I am. I like wildlife. Anyway, how is everyone today, guys? How is Debbie Sue? How are you going, Debbie Sue? Have you got another appointment booked for your surgeon checkup? And Matt, how are you going, buddy? Matt Launters in Sheffield in the UK. It would be getting late for Matt. It must be like nearly midnight, I'd say. Matt is a little bit of a night owl, I think. So you don't hear it, but that is an electric bus coming down to meet the ferry. The ferry's just come in from Parramatta. So actually, that's probably what I'm thinking about doing today, guys. I actually haven't planned my trip here at all, guys. So let's just go back a step. Dora has been living in a van. It's been very stressful. There's been many things going on, right? Anyway, we had booked to see, one of my favourite DJs is playing this Saturday night at Dream State. Dream State is a big rave. They've never had Dream State. They just call it different names. I was only here like in November. They had, what was it called? Hypersonic. And there was a couple of DJs that I really wanted to see. And I came down. Armin van Buuren was one of my favourites. He was playing. And I wanted to go to Phuket. So Debbie Sue will know all about this because I really wanted to go to Phuket because my favourite DJ, Gareth Emery, hasn't been coming to Australia. It's a bit rude of him, just saying. Hadn't come to Australia for like the last 2 years. So Phuket is not too far away from Australia. Well, it's not close, but it's not far. It's not as far as going to Ibiza, put it that way. So I was like, oh, that'd be great. And there was a whole lot of DJs. It's a 3-day affair. I thought, well, that'd be good. A couple of my guy friends were going. I was like, well, that'd be fun. But I'm really glad I didn't go, guys, because it was in the midst of all my turmoil of, moving and renos and chickens and, hey, Bill, how you going, buddy? And so, hard for me to let go, guys. You know that. I'm like an all or nothing kind of person. And I'm fixated again. Sorry, guys. I'm fixated. Oh, look. Look at this. Look at that rock. It's got a whole lot of oysters on it. And we're in a river, guys. Isn't it very interesting? This river feeds into Sydney Harbour. But look at that. You've got oysters on a rock. Very, very cool. Hi from Turkey. Hello from Turkey. How are you? So, yeah, I let it go. Dora letting go of things. Crazy. And guess what? Then I saw for Gareth Emery playing at Dream State in Sydney. I was like, okay, we've got to go to that. So yeah, that's this Saturday night. I booked the ticket like a month and a half ago. Hadn't booked the flights. I can stay with my sister, so that's, one less stress. It's lovely to have a sister to stay with because accommodation is very expensive when you come to Sydney, right? So guys, they call this breakfast point. Guys, if you watched I think it was 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I don't know, however long my video was that I just uploaded 9 hours ago. Go see it. Go see it, it's great. Not really, but I don't care. You've got to plug your videos, right? When I was flying over Sydney, I pointed out Breakfast Point. So go check the video out. You'll see from a sky above, you'll see Breakfast Point, and that is it. That is Breakfast Point. So yeah, bit of a shameless plug, guys. Not shameless, it's my video, my channel. Go check the video out, right? Check it out, check it out, check it out. So guys, I set myself a challenge. Dora likes to set herself challenges. But can I film, edit, upload a video in one day while I travel? Because when you travel, I can do it for a couple of days and then burn out. Let's see if I can change that. You never know. You never know. Stranger things could happen. So, yes, I said, this is not my normal backyard, guys. This is Cabarita ferry stop. You can go that away to Sydney Harbour. You can go that away to, what did I say? Parramatta. So you can see the sky rises in the background there. That is Parramatta. Hey, Miss Paula does retirement. Hello, Miss Paula. How you going, buddy? So, as I said, I'm down in Sydney, staying at my sister's house. Tomorrow night is the rave. I have no plans. Literally, I just booked the flights the day before I came. I haven't booked my flight home yet. In true Dora style, she's letting it just unravel, right? My adventures, this is how I travel. I like to not plan too much. It's good to have a bit of planning sometimes, Dora, just saying, but I have no planning, except I'm going to a rave. This is nice here. Nice vegetation. You've got some nice Banksia trees. A lot of native plants around here. Sydney's full of lots of rivers, guys, and they feed into the harbour, Sydney Harbour, which obviously we all know is absolutely phenomenal. That is another one of those fig trees that we were just looking at that had oysters at the roots. That's cool. Yeah, I like this park. This is a nice park. So guys, a lot of you might have met me actually originally when I started doing lives from Sydney. I've been, kind of dabbling in lives for a while. And actually, let's not walk in the car park, let's walk on the grass. And I think I really started getting into lives when I stayed at my sister's house last June for her birthday. And actually, that's when I met Lavender, guys. A lot of you guys know Lavender in the chat. Well, she's not in the chat right now, but I met Lavender. I met a guy called Wayne. So Wayne sometimes drops in and out of our chat. He lives nearby here, actually, and that's another thing. I haven't actually reached out to Wayne. I can't really reach out to him. He's not, a content creator. And I've tried to reach out to him before, mind you. Put my email in the chat even for him to, email me, because he's always said, oh yeah, let's meet up when you come to Sydney. I'm eager. I'll meet anyone within reason, guys. I'm not easy, but I do like to meet people. So guys, this is a sliding doors moment, guys. So I'm going to be mentioning sliding doors quite a bit. There's going to be a series coming up. Actually, I'm going to leave that for the series. But just take note, guys. I am walking along a beach. And I'm smiling. That's all you need to know. I'm happy. I'm old for a rave, but I could get lost in a wave. You're a poet and you don't even know it. Okay. Here comes a ferry. So that's a ferry coming from Parramatta. Now you watch the wake here. I better probably move because the wake actually comes quite in when a ferry comes past. Okay, let's not wait. Let's keep walking, Dora. I find it really, really fascinating, guys, that, we are quite far down the mouth of this river, right? I mean, I don't know distances, but, actually it's not that far. It's 10 k's probably. It's not even that far, to be honest. But it's not easy to drive to the city, right? There's no straight line because there's rivers you've got to cross many rivers and little islands and stuff that you've got to cross. So getting to the city from this location, the quickest way would be drive. But if you don't have a car like Dora, the quickest way would be to catch a bus from here to the train station to the city, or catch the ferry. See how this, guys, look at this. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. The most scenic way is to catch the ferry. It comes every 20 minutes, I think, or maybe half an hour. I don't know. Half an hour. I think it's half an hour. I would know the route if I haven't even looked at the routes. The timetables again, but when I was here in November, I knew the timetables and everything. But basically, you take the ferry about half an hour up the river, because it's slow. Ferries stop a lot, right? And then you go under Sydney Harbour and then you see the Opera House. Man, it's amazing. So a lot of you guys have probably been on my lives where I was on the ferry and we went under the harbour bridge We've done it a few times. Sunset was really nice. And you also see the harbour. The Sydney Harbour is amazing, right? And the Opera House is pretty cool. Here we go. It's one of the old ferries. And they also name the ferries. What's this one called? I can't read that, guys. Can anyone read that? I can't see that. But that's zooming quite fast. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Wee. Okay, even though it's kind of overcast, Dora's going to put a hat on because I wasn't expecting, I don't know. Ooh. Okay. My tripod. I wasn't expecting it to be, I don't know, I wasn't quite sure what the weather was going to be like today. Sydney is a lot hotter at the moment than Queensland, just saying, guys. So, whoa. Okay. That's all the wake, guys, from the ferries. It's pretty cool, eh? Very cool. Another sliding doors moment, guys. So guys, I started my morning off with some meditation. My friend Marie from Motivation Meditation with Marie. A lot of you guys know her channel because I talk about her channel all the time, doing her meditations. She's doing live meditations now, so that's different. So I did one of her live meditations this morning. It wasn't live, I watched the replay. But it was nice. That was nice. So still doing routine while I'm on holidays. And we're going to go up here. We're going to do a bit of rock climbing, guys. Literally rock climbing up here. Miss M, hello Miss M, how you going? Now Dora has to be a little bit vigilant. It is warm. Watch out for snakes, guys. All right, Dora, let's climb up here. Okay. Always good to use a hand. Whoa. It's probably not good to be doing a live in one hand and trying to hold a water bottle in another. That's right, we got there. We got there. All right. Oh, we have a water station. That's good if we ever wanted some water. It's really pretty down here. So I guess this is called Cabarita Park. And we have Deb. Hey Deb, how you going? I completely missed you there, Deb. How are you, mate? $35 here, 38 degrees here, and it's a heat wave. So that's Bill, okay? I'm struggling. So Hem's struggling. So guys, talking about, mental health and, how we feel. I always do a segment, well, not always, but sometimes, we do a check-in. How's your mental health? Like, what's your number between 0 and 10? So, this is cute. Okay, I'm sidetracked also. Look at this, isn't this beautiful? There's a big fig tree, right? Big fig tree. Then underneath, you've got a little picnic table and a chair. What a nice place to sit and watch the day go by. That's actually really, really pretty there. I'm just having a thought. That right there would be really pretty to paint. I did bring my paints with me, guys. I did bring my paints with me. So, from 0 to 10, how's your mental health? Now, you guys don't have to answer this. I just do it because I like to check in myself. Where am I at, guys? Where am I at? So you guys know that it has been a little bit... Okay, there's another boat that's coming from the harbour, going to Parramatta. So they're quite regular, these boats, right? So my mental health has been up and down like a absolute yo-yo, guys. And you could say that I'm kind of running away a little bit. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not really running away, guys. I have faced that, it is what it is with the chicken. Is what it is with the chicken. And honestly, the stuff that's going on with the house is amazing, guys. It's just stressful, right? And Diego's very, very stressed. That comes onto me. I'm not the one even doing, the project managing. But, that stress comes onto me. We're living in tight quarters. And it is what it is. But, amongst those things are some beautiful things, right? Like waking up in the morning and not having any, major health ailments is an amazing thing to do. I know that some people in the chat might have some major health ailments, so, I'm not trying to rub it in, guys. But, I'm very, very grateful that I don't have any major health ailments. And I actually think I might have actually scored a new client too, guys. So I mentor young adults with disabilities into wanting to work. And literally, I was in Mel's house, just to paint the picture, because, I always paint the picture. I was in Mel's house because obviously I have to have a shower inside her house because in our van we don't have a shower. So upstairs there's a shower and toilet, and downstairs is a toilet. But if I need a shower, I go upstairs. So I was upstairs having a shower, and I came out and my friend Mel was on a Zoom call. Now, Mel is starting to lose her vision. She's got RP. So ever since, when we were at 17, 18, she knew that she had this degenerative disease, that she would lose her sight. Hey Kyle, how you going? And eventually she had to give up her license, and then basically, she's now classed as legally blind. She does use a cane. She can see, but only if you're really in front of her. But like most people, we adjust to what's going on. So at her home, it's her domain. She knows where everything is. Right. It's amazing to see how Mel works. She works still. She has big adaptive machine, like big TV, like TVs, a big screen and a machine that looks at looks at invoices, so she can do invoicing and stuff. So yeah, so she still works and everything like that. It's great. She's a great role model for my clients, actually, to see that even with with a disability, you can still work and still function quite no problems, right? I guess the difference is when you're born with a disability, you don't know any different, right? So it's a little different scenario. So anyway, I have a potential new client because my friend was talking to her support worker or coordinator or something like that, and I was just adding in some value there in the background. And the lady said in the Zoom, she goes, "Oh, you know a lot about this stuff." I said, "Oh, well, that's what I do for a living." She goes, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Do you want a new client, do you?" I said, "Well, actually, yeah, I could probably use a new client." And she goes, "Well, actually, I've got one." So anyway, long story short, the next day I got a message from this other person and I got an email. So I need to touch base with someone today about a new client. So that's exciting. But yeah, there's so many, like I said, life's a roller coaster. There's so many things that are, that affect us, right? But you've got to look at the shining light, the shining light that comes through, like from a walk, and you see some beautiful sights. I mean, I know that not everyone's walking around Sydney like I am right now, but you could be walking around your own yard, your backyard, your front yard, your local community, and see all the beautiful things that you've never seen before. Because, I walk around my local area, and it's not Cancun, it's not, a beautiful, beautiful beach, but it's my beach, and I love it, and I think you guys love it because I love it. Yeah, so I don't know. If you're getting anything out of this, go for a walk and see the beauty around you because it helps your mental health. Okay, so where am I? I am down at the harbour, or marina, and they have like a little juice bar here. They have a little wine bar, coffee and all that kind of stuff. And I think you get bacon. I mean, you can get breakfast here too, I think. It's a fancy restaurant at the back, we'll show you. But yeah, you can come get a juice. Do we want a juice? No, we don't really need a juice, guys. Do we want a juice? Maybe? I don't know. No, we don't need a juice, guys. We don't need a juice. So no fishing here, guys. No fishing. So you can walk out to the marina. It's public access. And there is a toilet there, guys. Oh no, bathrooms, members only. Okay. Let's have a little look. It's locked. So Dora, you can't use those toilets, just saying. Okay, so this is where we do some dream building, guys. Dream building. Okay, first of all, if you'd like to buy a boat, let's see what's for sale. Pre-owned, if you want a second-hand boat, guys, if you've got the money to buy a new one, sure, go for it, guys. But if you'd like a Kuna, oh, it's in a Kuna Bay. It's got a Sea Ray, a Mary Fisher. Oh, she's hot. She's hot. Yeah, Princess. So Kyle's got here. I'm blind as well since I was. Topic. I am blind as well. I am in love. What? Oh wow! I didn't know that, Kyle. Okay, Kyle. Right. Okay, so Kyle, you can't see out of one eye. Right. And see, we wouldn't even know that because you still obviously are very functioning on YouTube. So it's very interesting that, sometimes some people, you don't even know that they have a disability, right? Because they're quite, well, I mean, obviously we're not seeing you, Kyle, but, you wouldn't know. So sometimes it's, yeah, I don't know what the right words to say here, but what I'm trying to say is that it's very interesting that, sometimes you can't even tell that people have a disability or know that people have a disability. So treat everyone the same, right? That's what I'm going to say. That's what I was trying to say. Whoops. Okay, we didn't put any sunscreen on, guys, So we're not going to be out here very long. We're just going for a quick walk for a bit of movement. This is nice. The last time I came down here on this actual platform, it was really, really rocky and I was like holding on. Hey, little seagulls. Okay, it's turned out to be a glamorous day, guys. Glamorous, glamorous, glamorous day. Wow. So, you need that boat, Mike? Someone from Alaska there? Hello from Alaska? Cool. Because Alaska is where our friend Katie is from. So I know a lot of people know Katie now. Matt introduced Katie to me and I always talk about Katie's channel. Katie's is like Northern Alaskan or something like that. Amazing. Katie does lots of movement and I love that. She's like on her bike, stationary bike, in the snow, pedaling away, talking to everyone. Great channel. I tried to do a live, like a, what do you call it, a redirect over to her. Not redirect, but like, you know, let's go all over to Katie's channel one day. But then her channel actually, it just, she died. Not died, but the channel cut off. It's like, damn it. But anyway, a lot of you guys probably know her now anyway. She's amazing. Her channel's cool. Actually, guys, here, look, you can actually see Sydney. Look. There you go. You can see Sydney in the background. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That is Sydney in the background. Okay. So help Dora out today, guys. Dora has had no planning. As I said, I kind of literally just flew down here and went, you know what? The adventures will just come about, right? So I have to be home tonight by 7 o'clock because tonight is spring roll and dumpling night at my sister's house with her partner, Simon. So I have to be home for that, right? So I'm staying at my sister's house. I love my sister. When we see each other, it's amazing. But other than that, you know how some people are not very good on phones? My sister's not very good on the phone. So unless we sit there and talk on the phone, if we do voice note or send messages, she's just busy with life too. And, you know, just some things get missed. So we have some really quality time when we spend time together. So last night I got here and we had a barbecue in the backyard and we shared some dinner together and 1.5 glasses of wine and then went to bed. It was lovely. She's gone to work today and she said, look, you know, can you please be home tonight by 7 because we're going to have spring rolls and dumplings. And she says, you don't have to, but, you know, it'd be nice if you were there. So I think that's code for be home by 7 o'clock, Dora. So it is 9:30 a.m. already. So we've got like, you know, 10 hours, guys. 10 hours to do something. What can we do? What can we do, guys? You love spring rolls. I'm not a huge spring roll fan, guys. Though I'll say this. Let's have some water, guys. I'll say this. My mum, watching on a replay. Hi, Mum. I'll ring you soon. My mum cooks the best spring rolls. She cooks them for Diego because Diego is a spring roll munchkin. I, for some reason, just find them very oily, like, because, you know, you've got to deep fry them and I'm just not a big deep fryer fan. I just find that there's too much oil and it makes me want to go number twos. Very graphic, sorry. Not sorry. So, yeah, just not a major fan. I mean, I do enjoy them, but not too many of them. So guys, help a Dora out today, guys. Help a Dora out. So you guys know that Dora is not my real name, guys. Shock horror, guys. Not everyone knows this. Dora is not my real name, guys. My real name is Mutiara. Now it's spelled M-U-T, Mut, I-A-R-A. So Mutiara. Mutiara. Indonesian for pearl. So I'm Indonesian, half Australian, born in Australia. My dad is from Sydney originally, and then we moved up to Sydney. Sorry, we moved up to Brisbane, that's where I was born. So I've always lived in Brisbane area. Anyway, so the Dora inside me is because I love an adventure. Like, I've lived in a couple of different countries, I've travelled, you know, quite a lot. I'm quite lucky. I feel not lucky, I'm very, very grateful. okay? I'm chasing 80 countries, and I'm actually in the middle of booking my flight to Africa. I'm going to Africa at the end of the year, and that will be where I tick off a couple more countries. So I'm up to country number 63. Country number 63 will be South Africa, guys. Just letting you know, South Africa will be country number 63. So I am very, very grateful that I get to travel. I work hard. I'm not a trust fund baby or anything like that. And I don't have a sugar daddy, though I'm always looking for one. Just saying, Diego. I mean, don't tell Diego, man. So anyway, Dora is my alter ego, my nickname. I was nicknamed Dora because I always carry a backpack with me. I don't have my backpack with me right this minute. And I like an adventure. So, hence Dora, okay? Newsflash. If you didn't know that, I'd like to know, did anyone know that? How many of you didn't know that my name wasn't really Dora? I know that's very disappointing for a lot of people. They're like, oh my God, your name's not really Dora. I mean, of course, call me Dora, okay? A lot of people do call me Dora, okay? But guys, I need a plan. I mean, I can come up with one, but it could be quite nice for you guys to have a bit of input, because I will take you along on the live with me on an adventure. Now, these are the options, right? Don't have all day. We can get a ferry into the city, which I'm really going for because I love the city, right? I love going on the boats, love going under the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, we could go that. One option. Another option is, let me just show you guys. Here comes a ferry now, another ferry coming from Parramatta. I've never been to Parramatta, guys. So see those buildings in the distance? That is Parramatta. Now, interesting, Diego was born in Parramatta. His dad played professional football for Parramatta. So Parramatta is one of the big teams in Australia for football, rugby league, not soccer, guys. And then he was born here, and then they moved back up to Queensland. So he's a Queenslander, but he was born in New South Wales. I have been to Parramatta once before in my life when I stayed here with my sister, stayed here at my sister's house, and me and my best friend Julie, I think we went on by boat up there. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I'm talking 20 years ago. Anyway, so we went up there. We went up to Westfield Shopping Centre, because, you know, back in the day, that's what I used to do. I love shopping, and they had a Looney Tunes shop. I love Tweety Bird. A lot of you know some of these stories. Anyway, I love Tweety Bird. I did love Tweety Bird. Not so much anymore. I've grown up. Actually, let's go on the shade here, guys. That's better. Where's that boat? There we go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. They're going fishing for the day. So, other option is we can go by ferry up to Parramatta. Now, Parramatta is also very multicultural, so it'd be nice to go up there and have an Asian meal for lunch. That could be cool, right? Another option we could do is we could go by ferry. Now, if you watched my video, guys, if you watched my latest video, we also pointed out, not only did I point out where I'm staying, Breakfast Point, but I also pointed out where I'm going to the rave, where Debbie Sue's not really coming, but Debbie Sue will be there in spirit with me. A lot of you will be there in spirit with me. Actually, Bill, you'll be on the other side, okay? It'll be Bill on one side and Debbie Sue on the other side, okay? I don't know who'll be in front and who'll be behind, but, you know, you can all come along if you like, okay? But we're going to a rave, but we're going to Sydney Olympic Park. Sydney Olympic Park was a big industrial area that basically got knocked down and built a new Olympic stadium for this 2000 Olympics. I was living in Mexico at the time, so I was very, very proud watching my beautiful Sydney on TV with the Sydney Olympics. It was amazing. Where is Sydney? Okay, there's just a very amazing memory of that. When Australia got picked to be the year 2000 Olympic game holder, and there was a famous song, I think it was a DJ song, like a dance song by Itchy and Scratchy, I think. And the winner is Sydney. And okay, let's calm down, Dora. You're sitting by a pole dancing at a very kind of fancy marina. I'll get kicked out. So anyway, we could stop off at Sydney Olympic Park, and we could actually, you know what? I'd really like that, actually. But there's another option, guys. There is some kind of convent. There's a park kind of in the distance there. Just, I don't know if you see that big green section there. There's a park there. And I believe it's a convent. I have been there before with my sister. My sister drove there, and it's a convent. You can walk around. And it's very kind of eerie and spooky. So that could be nice. And I could bring my paints, because I brought my paints with me. We go paint something there. So there's a few options here, guys. And there's another option, guys. There's another option. Now, this is a cool option, guys. I might not be doing it today, but I'm going to do it sometime through this week, guys. So see in the distance here, we've got, there's this side and this side, right? Now to get to this side here, on the other side, right, you've got to go all the way around here, all the way around. Oh, there's rivers everywhere, okay? All the way, and there's a big, big bridge, and then you go across. And then you've got to backtrack through down here, okay? So it's a long, to get over there, that side of the town, will take you probably about an hour and a half. Okay, hold on, guys, ready? Hold on. Whoa. Okay. We're all right. Okay. So, but there's a thing called, it's a ferry. It's called the Putney. They call it the Putney. And there's a little ferry that goes across every half an hour. And it's like by a chain. So it's not a real ferry. It's like a chain ferry. It's very, very cool. Would you like to do that? That's cool too. But there's nothing to do over here. It's just a big park. So I can maybe bring a cut lunch and have a picnic over there, I guess. So that's another option too. So guys, this is choose your own adventure, right? Yesterday on my local Facebook page, they said, what was your favourite book or memory of reading a book or a series when you were younger? And mine was Choose Your Adventure. Surprise. So there's a book, I don't know if you've ever heard about this book, but you read a couple of pages and it says, which way do you want to go? Like which adventure? If you want to go that adventure, go to page 33, that adventure, go to page 22. And then you would choose your own adventure. And I think that's how I live my life. And we have Gary. What's up, Gary from the UK? Gary, guess what? We're in Sydney town. Oh, hello, birdies. We're in a place called Cabarita at the moment. But if we could the ferry, we would go up to Sydney, into the Sydney Harbour. It's about half an hour by the ferries. So that's just come from Sydney Harbour. It's going to stop here if someone wants to get off, and then it'll go all the way up to Parramatta. So guys, what adventure would you like to see, guys? What adventure would you like to see? Okay. Debbie Sue's dancing already. Bill's got Asian meal sounds good to me right now. Okay, I love an Asian meal. I'm hungry. I'm hungry too. I actually haven't had breakfast, so we should probably start moving, guys. You're just at work, Gary. Looks beautiful. Being on the water is always interesting. Oh, it is. And look at some of these boats, guys. Do you reckon we could make a friend? Hey, Kelly D. So I think you can live on these boats too, guys, because a marina has a toilet and stuff like that. So, yeah. But though, I'm going to say, just to be honest here, a lot of these boats would be not lived on. People have it's quite an affluent little area, this area, okay? Yeah, so I don't think people live on these boats. If they have a boat like this, you can imagine the house they have. Fumongable. Fumongable? That is not even a word. Amazing. Okay, so this is the fancy restaurant. I've never been down here for the restaurant. I'm not into fine dining, guys. I am more put on a couple of, your runners or your thongs and put a nice dress on, have a picnic. Fancy food doesn't really, just doesn't really, it's not amazing to me. I mean, it's nice, but it's not something that really drives me. A picnic on the beach, picnic on the park, a Sunday drive, a walk. That excites me.
Yeah, but I don't expect a massive discount, right?
So you can have breakfast here if you like. What options do you have? Oh, they've got oysters, guys. Sydney oysters, half a dozen, $29. Love oysters. Breakfast, here you go. croissant with ham and cheese and tomato, $9.90. It's Australian, guys. I've smashed avo. No, it's $19.20. So $12.90. So this is beautiful in here, guys. Look, I'll show you here. Try not to show too many people, right? But this is a bar, but you can also sit here and have your breakfast or your juice. Nice place to come here to have a drink in the afternoon. I will come here and have a drink in the afternoon one afternoon. It's so pretty. So pretty. A very expensive bill for 6 of them. Well, think about it though, actually. So $30 Australian would be about $20 American for 6. It's very expensive, guys. So locally, where I live by the beach at home, 6 oysters would cost me about $13. I mean, obviously you're paying for a little bit more expensive. I mean, that's quite a, like, you know, very fancy little place. I mean, you're paying for the view, right? Which is fine. Sometimes you've got to pay for the view, right? So guys, let's do a mental health check-in, and you'll have to watch my live later on to figure out what I do. But there's a couple of options I threw at you. Only one of you kind of threw an option at me, which was Bill, that said, go have the Asian meal for lunch. Only because he's hungry, but I'm starving too. I actually haven't had breakfast. So I'm going to start walking back home. We're going to walk back home. Yes, walk back home this way. Never walked, I mean, walked this way before, but not back this way. So they've got a pool here, and I did bring my togs this time. Last time I came here, November, December, I said, oh man, I should have brought my togs because we went swimming, and they've got a beautiful pool here. Okay, I get a pint for $10. Yeah, so there you go. I can get the 10, so I'll tell you how much a pint of beer here will cost. Be 12 Australian dollars, which would be about probably $8 Australian, $8 American for a pint. But $12 is quite relatively cheap. It'd be a cheaper bar. Toilets, guys, just pointing out the toilets. The toilets are up there. Okay, let's go check out the pool, guys. Let's see how much it costs to go to the pool. Though I washed my hair the other night, so it's all nice and clean, and I dyed the roots so it doesn't look like I'm like going completely grey, all that kind of thing. So like, yeah, I don't want to go for a swim. I mean, I could go for a swim, I'm just not going to wet my hair. It's kind of pointless though, Dora. Oh, such a princess. All right, let's look at this pool, guys. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. There's a pool there. We might have a better view somewhere else. You can look through the window here. There's a pool. Oh, the only thing is I don't drink. Well, you know what? I've been drinking 0% beers. Okay, let's see how much it costs to go here. Okay, $8.50. $8.50. $8.50, guys. I think there's a better view up here, guys. So there's a lot of rooms you can hire here for parties and different things. Here we go, guys. I do love swimming. It's such a good exercise, and it's lightweight. Like, you know, most people, even if you've got like, you know, mobility issues, swimming is really good for you. Really good for you. What a cute little boat there, little houseboat kind of thing. So Gary's got here, I only drink when I'm live streaming and only at the end of the day. Not the beginning, mostly anyhow. Yeah, I've been drinking 0% beers. I mean, I love a beer, guys. I'm not, you know, I talk a lot about alcohol on my channel because alcohol has contributed to myself getting quite high blood pressure and quite overweight. And I've turned that around, guys, by basically stopping drinking on school nights and just stopping drinking so much. And there's a long time when I did 75 hard, I didn't drink at all. So I go through periods of not drinking at all. I don't actually need to drink anymore. It's amazing. Like it's a really interesting feeling to be unlocked from the feeling of like coming home from work stressed and going, oh, I need a red wine. Red wine was definitely my poison. And red wine, you know, in moderation is good. Well, they say is good for you, but I don't know if that's true or not. That could be just advertising, right? But, you know, if you have excess of red wine, it is very, very bad for you. Very, very high in sugar and calories, putting on weight, girls or guys. And also, this is some strange art they've done here, guys. Just wanted to show you. And also, it contributes to high blood pressure. My blood pressure was through the roof. Oh, look at the oysters down here too, guys. Why pay for oysters when we can just go jump in and get some oysters, guys? We might get sick, but that's not enough. That doesn't matter, right? Make good content. No, I'm joking. I'd never do that. Gary's got here, it's important to remember what you did last night. Well, this is true. This is true. I tend to black out a lot. I don't know what it is with me with alcohol. I've always had that capacity. Even after a couple of drinks, I will black out. And a bit scary. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, cool. Yeah, so, you know, this is why it's good to have friends, right? When I was younger, there were nights I'd go out drinking with my friends and I wouldn't remember half the night. And that's scary. It's not cool. It's really not cool. Nothing bad happened to me, guys, thank God. Touch wood. But, you know, it's not a good thing. Definitely not a good thing. So, yeah. Private estate, please respect community property. So I think that means behave, Dora, behave. Okay, so these guys are these guys have some pretty flash houses down here. I mean, couldn't imagine how much they cost, guys. Like a couple of mil, just saying, a couple of mil. But, you know, not a bad view, guys, not a bad view. I mean, it's not actual Sydney Harbour, but still, you're not far from Sydney. It's quite a new location, this area. This area is only quite a new suburb too. A lot of people don't even know where Cabarita is because it's quite a new suburb. As I said, it used to be very industrial. There's lots of people walking along, exercising. When I started my live, there were a lot of people out walking. So I'm definitely starving, guys. I haven't had breakfast yet. Hey Wayne, how you going? So guys, custom screen printing, say hello to, we've got the Travelling with the Combs, which is Brendan and Ash. Oh my God, and they're from Wisconsin. Did I get it right? Did I get it right? It's Brendan and Ash, and they're from Wisconsin. Right? Have I got it right? Have I got it right? I like to know people's names, guys, and I like to know where you're from, and sometimes I just forget, guys, it's hard. Beautiful views, I know, it's amazing. Can you imagine? Miss Paula, can you imagine? Okay, Miss Paula, I'm going to put you on the spot. See that little up here? Let's go through that. See that there? That's an egg swing. Can you imagine Miss Paula sitting on the egg swing, swinging around, and this is what your view would be like. Having a cup of tea. Actually, Miss Paula loves her fancy waters. She'd be having a sweetened water Morning. I could deal with that, guys. I could deal with that. Right. Is Rhonda there too? I didn't even see Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda. Hey, mate. How you going? I've seen a couple of videos pop up from Miss Rhonda, and I do need to catch up. I need to catch up on a lot of people's videos. I'll get there. Anyway, thanks guys for supporting my second last video on Little Grey and the last month of my chaos. That video did okay actually, for my videos. My videos, generally don't do amazing, but that video did okay. Thank you. And a lot of you guys watched it and put some input in there, so I appreciate you guys for doing that. Without you guys supporting my channel and supporting me, my channel wouldn't have got to where it is. And I've got some news, guys. I have some news. I wasn't going to share this actually, but I've got to my first stage of monetization. It's crazy, guys. So watch out, world. We are only 960 hours away from full monetization. Crazy, crazy. But that's all because of you guys and the support you give me, that I keep on coming back, to be honest. Sorry, I'm really behind this chat, guys. Really behind in this chat. I know, guys. Thank you. It's pretty crazy. I mean, as I said, I don't really talk about monetization or anything like that on my channel. I just kind of do things, right, and just let it happen and experiment. So yeah, over the time with Little Grey, I couldn't really, be that excited about it just because of what was going on with Little Grey. All right, let's walk up this way. Oh my gosh, look at this house, guys. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's like a castle. Look at that. That is really cool. So the other thing about Sydney, right, is there's some really old locations, some old houses. I'm more into the old houses. I'm not into this kind of stuff, guys. And look, if you give it to me, sure, I'll take it, right? Just saying. But I'd much prefer something like that. Look, let's see if we can get up here. Whoa, oh God, okay, let's go up there. That's cool, guys. That is really cool. That is really cool. Okay. All right. So the cars that are driven around here, also very flashy cars too. That's a Porsche. I'm sure there's a couple of Aldis down there. So that house is obviously in there. I've never noticed that before, guys. So obviously they can come out of there. They're having a beautiful view up there from there. They probably had heaps and heaps of land here too, and they sold it all off to developers that developed all this area. See you, Matt. Go to bed, Matt. Go to bed. Matt is in Cheshire in the UK. So it'll be after midnight by now, I reckon, or near midnight. Now, this development used to be where my sister used to live with her then boyfriend. I was wondering if I could find the house. I don't normally come this way. What's going on with Rhonda? CM. So, okay, so Rhonda's close too. I need 500 more hours to hit 3,000. I'm 23 away from 1K subs. So, I'm not so worried about the subs so much. I wouldn't worry about the subs so much, Rhonda, because I think organically you will get them. Like, guys, I'm not asking for shout outs or anything like that, please. I want to really, that's why I don't really talk about monetization, because I really want to do it organically. And a lot of people do those silent lives to get the watch hours and stuff. You do you guys, but that's personally not what I want to do. I want to actually, meet people and talk to people and show people value. Okay, this is it, Corey Place, Corey Square. That's where my sister used to live. Interesting, I think it's this house over here. But, you guys do you, because I just think, first of all, like, to me, monetization doesn't really mean a huge lot, purely because it's not going to be much money, guys. I think people have these kind of impressions that when you get monetized, you're going to make lots and lots of money. You don't make much money. Like, you really have to work on your craft. And this is really nice in here. Look at this. How do I not remember this? Because this is where she used to live. I can't remember which house it was. It's quite a while ago. Like, as I said, if you get monetized, like, for example, hypothetically, say I get monetized, right? My channel is getting, like, my videos, my long form videos, I'm getting like 100 views on average, right? That's not much, right? That'll be like not even 2 cents, right? So what's the use? So I mean, there's no rushing to get monetization, guys, because, you want to get monetized to actually earn money. I mean, it's great to get monetized. That's why I was kind of like, oh, do I mention it? Do I not mention it? Don't know. But, like, I know that, I reckon in the next 3 months I'll probably be monetized. I don't know where they lived. Maybe it's on the other side. But, like, as I said, it doesn't mean anything unless, you actually fully start actually making money. So how to make money is obviously making better content. And that's what I'm striving to do, guys, is make better content. Okay, so that's not it. So one of the houses here is where my sister used to live. How do I not know which house it was? I don't know. Oh well. So I always, like, I've been on YouTube now for about 2 years. So it's not a push. A lot of people, they come on here and they just like pushing to get monetized in their first year. That's great if you can, it really is. But if you can't, it's okay, right? There's no right or wrong on when you can get monetized or how to get monetized. And even when I do get monetized, it doesn't mean, like, as I said, it won't mean much because I'm not going to earn much money. That's why, we're all trying to strive and, figure out, the combination that works. All right, so that is back to Cabarita Park. All right, let's just go down here and then I'll finish up my live. Oops, let's get ran over. I've never been in here. Kendall's Inlet. Okay. Can we get out of here? Private property. Can I get out of here? Oh, no, I don't want to jump any gates. Yeah, maybe we can. Oh, yep. This is where, okay, cool. Okay, this is where I started the live, guys. Cool. This is where we want to end. Look, look. There's no traffic. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to start saying goodbye, guys. And I will come back later on with a live on one of my adventures. I don't know what one it's going to be, guys. It might even be a completely different live than I even came up with and told you before, guys. As I said, like, I have no plans right now. And it's okay just to, sit here and hug a tree, to be honest. It's a nice tree. If that tree could talk, eh? If that tree could talk, it'd probably say, "Go home, Dora. You need to have some breakfast, and you stink." No, I don't stink. No, I haven't walked that much. Actually, I did really want to finish off. Actually, do some push-ups, guys. Let's do that because that's what I wanted to do this morning. I haven't done my push-ups, so I haven't finished yet, guys. Famous last words. I haven't finished my live, but there's more. There's more, guys. It's high tide. Look at this. When we first started our live, we were looking at the roots of this tree and we were looking at the oysters that were on the roots of the tree. They're not there. Oh, yeah, there they are. You can see them now. Oops. Oh, what happened there? I don't know what happened there. There we go. Look at that, it's crazy. See you, Deb. Hey, Singapore channel, how are you? How's things in Singapore, guys? So, guys, have you changed your channel? It used to not say Singapore. It has changed, I'm sure it has. All right, guys, let's just quickly go over here. You guys can hang around if you want to. Have a blessed day. I know a lot of you, it's the end of the day or midnight. So have a good afternoon, good eat, good night, good sleep, all the things. But in Australia, it is only 10 o'clock and the day is alive, right? So we have many adventures to happen today. Who knows what's going to happen? But Dora's going to do some push-ups first. And I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we'll do it. And guys, I am not a fitness channel. Don't be critiquing me. Like, there's some people that come on and go, "Oh, you're not doing the push-ups right." I know I'm not doing the push-ups right. I'm practicing, guys. I'm practicing. Practice makes perfect. All right. Right. Let's go. We're doing 10. Ooh. Hey Joe, how you going? Is it hot there? Yeah, it's actually going to be quite hot today. It's probably going to get up to 35 degrees actually. It's a nice breeze happening now though. Okay, we've done 2 sets. Such a beautiful country. Let me show you my view. Actually, we'll go this way, guys. Let's have some water first. Three weeks ago, I was 50 below, and just look, it's 30 above zero, crazy weather. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy, Bill. So Bill is in Iowa, guys. He's talking about his weather in Iowa. So if you're new here, I'm Dora. I am not a fitness channel. I'm just finishing off doing some exercise. And we're in Sydney. We're going to go see a rave tomorrow night, so we have to look fit. I don't know what that was for. Okay, you're putting off. We're doing 3 sets. We're going to try to do 5. Right, ready? Let's go. Stop talking, Dora, just do it. Oh, that's hard. Ooh. Ooh. 8, 9, 10. You guys can look at the view. Number 4. Let's go, number 4. Ooh. Ooh. 5. Ooh. 6. 8. 9. Oh, don't cheat. 10. I'm getting slightly better every little one. Four. Okay, last one. Let's do it. Concentrate, Dora. Concentrate. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I can't get down lower. Don't say can't. You can. You can. Concentrate. Stop talking. Ooh. Okay, that. Oh, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 58, 59, 64, 64, 65. Oh, no. 60, 63. 63 squats to represent the 63 people in Australia that decide they don't want to be here talking about mental health and people taking their lives. One of them was my friend Esther. She was one of those 63 people in a week, which is 9 people a day, which is way too many, right? So why do the 63 squats? Again, it's good for your health, right? But 63 squats is a challenge that Lifeline is an organisation here in Australia that provide a counselling hotline 24 hours a day. It's free, that anyone can ring and talk to a professional. And one of our friends in the chat, she might not be here today in the chat, but she has rang that number when she was feeling at her lowest. I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning she rang. And she rang and she talked to someone. And I don't know what she was planning to do, but obviously it was great that she reached out to a stranger and she had the ability to talk to someone. So I do a lot of those challenges for mental health, and I talk about mental health. It's important, right? We're important. The last month, I've definitely been going through my own roller coaster, and even though, I haven't been thinking about taking my life, but, if I didn't check myself, I didn't have friends around me like you guys, have my friends around me at home, my family, and, have some skills in, I guess, coping. Like one of the things that I did, because I can't control what was going on around me. Like, little Gray was dying in front of me, I didn't even know. Well, I maybe knew, but I didn't want to, realise it. The house, the renos, the moving, living in a van, stress, right? And one of the things that really was good for me was berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. In my latest video, I'm going to do another plug, my latest video that I've uploaded, I took some strawberries on the plane with me and I ate them. And it was really good for my mental health. Hey, Kathleen. So, when you're feeling really low, I think it's really important to do things that are proactive for yourself. Like, it's easy to say, I feel like shit, I'm a 2, right? But what can you do to move that up the level, right? I mean, I understand that, some people can hit to the rock bottom and they don't know what to do. They can't see an escape. I get that. And I guess that's where my friend Esther was, right? She didn't know how to escape it. So she did something else instead, right? So she's no longer with us. So, as I said, I'm not a professional of any description, but, you've got to look after your mental health. And my mental health has been suffering in the last month, but I've had to, pick up myself and, figure it. Like, no one else is going to help me, right? I need to help myself, right? You can't ask for help you can ask for help, yes. But instead of just saying, poor me, poor me, poor me, do something about it. I was doing a little bit of poor me, I'm going to be honest. I was doing a little bit of poor me. I had to catch myself and go, right, no, stop it. You need to fix it yourself. So your own mental health is your own mental space, right? And you need to do little things to help you. So for me, it's going for a walk in nature. Not everyone I know can go on a holiday like this to Sydney, right? But I've shown you at home, I go for a walk in my local beach. I can go for a walk around the block. You can go to your local park. You don't have to go somewhere exotic like Sydney, okay? Just saying, just be clear. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blueberries, they're really, really good for your mental health. They're full of antioxidants that make you feel happy. Walking is like exercises, endorphins that make you happy. Watch a funny movie. Watch a funny series. There's many things you can do, right? But yeah, as I said, some people, they can't figure a way to get out, and I get that. I haven't got that myself. I could never be in that space. I'm just talking about my friend that I've lost, right? And the wake that has left. Her husband, her daughter, who was 17 when her mum died. She's got 2 boys in Malaysia. Her friends. It has definitely affected me mentally. And that's why I'm going to talk about it, and that's why I'll always talk about it. And she will not be forgotten. And her message, even though she's not here to say it, is to look after your mental health. She used alcohol as her escape. And in the end, that's what happened. Yeah. So anyway, be kind to yourself. We're important. And, you know, it's easy to bash up on ourselves and, you know, go, oh, my life's shit and this and that. My YouTube channel's not going well. No one's watching my channel, or, you know, or I'm fat, I'm ugly, or I've got too many freckles. I don't know. I'm not saying that about myself, guys. I'm just saying things, right? You know, it's easy to blame other things, right? But sometimes it has to come in from within. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I'm starving. I need breakfast. Oh, it's Julie. Hey, Julie. I'm about to leave. You always come when I'm about to leave. Guess where I am, Julie? I escaped living in a van for a while, and we are living at my sister's house for a little bit. Well, not really, just for a couple of days. We are in Sydney. Okay, that's not a great view, but this is a place called Cabarita, Breakfast Point. This river, half an hour up the ferry, up this way, will go to Sydney Harbour. This way, we go to Parramatta. So Sydney is in a beautiful, beautiful place. But guys, just letting you know, there will be a live coming from me in a couple of hours. I'm going back to have some breakfast, and then we are going to make up an adventure. I've mentioned in my live a few different options that I had. And yeah, come back and later on catch me on a live, and who knows where we'll end up. Somewhere exotic, somewhere fun. It's beautiful here. It's really, really lovely. And, you know, I'm very, very grateful that my sister lives here and I get to stay here. The backpacker in me, you know, staying at people's houses for free. Julie Scott, she knows all about that. So guys, thanks for being around. Thanks for joining me on this live this morning. It is going to be live central from Dora, and there will be some videos, guys. So there is a video, guys. There's a latest video that I posted last night. I did a challenge, which was, my challenge was to myself, was to film, edit, and upload in one day on my adventure. So I filmed flying out of Brisbane, and the flight out of Brisbane was actually really nice, guys. So go check out, like, Brisbane's where I'm from. So check out the video. It's not very long, guys. And then going over Sydney was pretty cool too. The landing going into Sydney was pretty good too. So anyway, fast forward what you want in through it. I know you guys fast forward it. But yeah, there's a little plug to my latest video. There will be some more videos coming out, but there's going to be a lot more lives. I like doing lives, guys, because I don't have to edit, guys. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate you all. And yeah, sending you big hugs. Thank you for the hugs that you've sent me, guys, because I know I have definitely received them. A lot of you guys have sent me hugs in the last couple of weeks for all the things that's going on in my life, and I really appreciate it, especially that second last video that I put up about Little Grey. Thank you very much. The comments were very, very beautiful, and it was just nice to, you know, I mean, I know I took you on the adventure with me with Little Grey, so yeah, thank you. See you guys, and nice to meet you, Joe. Bye. See you, Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue tomorrow, get dancing. We're dancing, Debbie Sue. We're going to go dancing at the rave. Anyway, catch you guys later on my lives. Bye.